I'm Kyle Backus. I want to talk to you today about the property damage aspect of your case. So when you get involved in a car crash, in addition to the injuries that might occur, obviously the car crash itself causes damage to the property, and that's the car. A property damage claim is handled usually first and is not related to the resolution of an injury claim. They're two separate claims because there's two separate coverages under an insurance policy. One is a property damage coverage and the other is a bodily injury coverage. The injury claim is why we're representing you at the law firm. Property damage is a separate issue, but I want to discuss with you how that process works, and we are happy at Backus & Shanker to handle your property damage claim for you, to assist you in that claim at no cost to you unless there's litigation that's necessary. Most property damage claims settle. So the first question we usually get asked is, if my car has been damaged, who is responsible for repairing the vehicle? And the question really comes down to the law of negligence. And really, when you're involved in a car crash, the person who caused the accident is financially responsible for all of the consequences of the accident, including the damage done to your car. So the AtFault Drivers insurance should take care of the car. In some instances, the AtFault driver doesn't have insurance, or in some instances, the AtFault driver's insurance is way too slow. So we get asked, can I use my own insurance coverage? And the answer to that is yes, if you purchased full coverage, including collision coverage, and that's what it's called, collision coverage, you can use your own insurance company to resolve your property damage claim. In instances where the AtFault driver doesn't have any insurance, or if the AtFault driver's insurance is going too slow, or you can use it to compare resolution with the AtFault driver's insurance, and I'll talk to you about that a little bit more in a moment. But the primary place we go is the AtFault driver's insurance. The next question we get asked is, okay, so the AtFault driver's insurance is responsible for my car, but what do they actually owe me for my car? And the law is not great in Colorado for victims in this instance, because the law says that the AtFault driver's insurance owes you the lesser of, meaning whichever is less expensive to them, either the cost to repair the vehicle or the reasonable retail value of the vehicle at the time that the vehicle was involved in the crash, right? So they have to repair the vehicle, or they have to total the vehicle and pay you the retail value of the vehicle, whichever costs them less. So how do they generally do that? Well, the repairs, first of all, under the law, you're entitled to go to whatever body shop you want to get the repairs, but the cost of the repairs has to be reasonable. So generally, you'll pick out a repair shop, and my suggestion is, if you have a trusted dealer that you bought the car from, contact the dealer and ask them if they have a body shop or what body shop they recommend for the make and model of your vehicle. You go to that body shop, you take your vehicle in there for repairs. The insurance adjuster from the AtFault driver's insurance will go to that body shop, will look with the body shop at the damage to your vehicle, and will authorize payment to repair the vehicle. And a lot of times they'll authorize payment with the understanding that if once they break down the vehicle, there's hidden damage that's found, that they'll go in and do a supplemental payment and pay for the supplemental damage that's found that was hidden. But when the body shop and the adjuster look to place a value on the cost of the repairs, sometimes that will also lead to a total loss. And what I mean by that is, in general, when the insurance company is trying to make a decision as to whether to repair the vehicle or total the vehicle, they'll look at what are the cost of repairs versus what's the total value of the vehicle. And if the cost of repairs exceeds 80% of the total value of your vehicle, let's say your vehicle has a total retail value of $10,000, if the repairs are going to cost more than $8,000, many times the insurance company will go ahead and total a vehicle if the cost of repairs exceeds more than 80% of the retail value, because they think that after the vehicle gets torn apart and they find hidden damage, it's going to cost the insurance company more than $10,000 in the end anyway. So they'd rather just total the car out. So many times you'll take it to a body shop, there'll be an agreement as to value, and if the value is less, the value of the cost of repairs, if that's less than 80% of the total retail value, they'll repair the vehicle. If it's more than 80%, they'll total the vehicle. This is an instance where if we disagree, let's say they want to total the vehicle and you want to repair it, or they want to repair the vehicle and you want to total it. Sometimes you can, if you have collision coverage, even if the at-fault driver has insurance, you can go back to your insurance company, ask your insurance company to do the same analysis. And sometimes, if it's a close call, you may get the result that you want. In other words, maybe the at-fault driver's insurance wants to repair it, but your own insurance company looks at it and says, well, it's really close to that 80%, so we're going to total it. And they will decide to total it, and you get the outcome that you want. Know that if you go through your own insurance company will still go back to the at-fault driver's insurance and try to get their money back. And so we like to start with the at-fault driver's insurance first, because they're the ones who are primarily responsible. If that coverage exists with the at-fault, that's the place to go. Now, when your vehicle is totaled, I'll have people tell me, look, yeah, I know my vehicle is only has a retail value of $10,000, but it has sentimental value to me, or I put new tires on it, or I made some alternate changes, aftermarket changes to the vehicle. Remember, when the insurance company is determining what the retail value is, what they're looking at is not what you bought the vehicle for. They're not looking at how sentimental the vehicle is to you. They're not looking at aftermarket parts that you put on the vehicle. They're looking at one thing, and that is what is the what would you have been able to sell your vehicle for? Retail, not trade-in. What would you have been able to sell it for online, Craigslist, what, etc. What would Auto Trader? What could you have sold your vehicle for the day that the collision occurred, given the mileage, condition of the vehicle? And whatever that value is in the market, the retail value, that's what they owe you. Sometimes people might put some aftermarket parts on the vehicle that cost them $1,000 to put on, but it only increases the sale value of the vehicle by $100. There's even aftermarket things you could do to your vehicle that actually cost you money, but that decrease the sale value of your vehicle. So what the insurance companies are looking at is, what's the retail value the moment that the collision occurred? What was the value of your vehicle in the marketplace? And what they do is they subscribe to electronic services where they put in your VIN number and they put in details about your vehicle, and it electronically through a computer surveys the marketplace and prints out for the insurance company the vehicles that are available in your market. So in the Denver, Colorado, or Colorado Springs, or Fort Collins market, or maybe sometimes it's just the Rocky Mountain region, it'll print out all the available vehicles that are the same make, model, and approximate mileage, and it'll give a price on there. They average those prices, and that's called a total loss evaluation form. And so we're entitled to request, and you're entitled to request from them, hey, give me a copy of the total, the total loss evaluation report. And you can look at that report and you can see the actual vehicles that they're comparing your vehicle to in the market. And you can do your own research as well. You can go out and look on Auto Trader, find vehicles that are similar to your vehicle, and there's maybe a little bit of bargaining room. There's usually not a lot of bargaining room because the law is really in their favor. It says a reasonable value of repairs, reasonable cost of replacement, and they get to choose the lesser of those two. Sometimes I'll have people ask me another question. Do I have to buy the same vehicle that was totaled, or can I go get a new, different vehicle altogether? And you can get whatever vehicle you want, okay? What you actually do when there's a total loss is you actually are selling your car to the insurance company, either the at-fault driver's insurance company, if that's who's paying for the loss, or to your own insurance company, but you're selling your car. You have to sign the title over. So they're buying your car, They're paying you money for the retail value of that car, and once you get that money, you can do with it whatever you want. You can replace the vehicle with a similar vehicle, one that's on their total loss evaluation report. You could not replace the vehicle at all. You can go get another car. Okay, but all they owe you is that reasonable retail value of the vehicle. We're happy to help you with any of these steps. It's a service we like to provide to our clients. Some people like to deal with it on their own. Others prefer that we assist. We're absolutely happy to assist. But I wanted you to really have an understanding as to what we're doing, and that is we're going and telling you, take your vehicle, see if the repairs can be done, see where it falls in cost of repairs. Is it going to be a total loss? How are they going to evaluate that? You can always get your own information to contest their evaluation, but generally there's not a whole lot of wiggle room. They also owe you the taxes on the sales taxes on the vehicle, and a title transfer fee will all be built in. And they also owe you a rental car. Yeah, they have to pay for the loss of use of your car for a reasonable amount of time. And this gets a little controversial sometimes, because they're going to say the moment that they've given you the total loss evaluation report and they're offering you the total cost of your vehicle, that from that point forward they don't have to pay for the rental car. Maybe they'll let you keep it for a day or two. So you really should be looking in advance and working to figure out what you're going to do for a replacement vehicle, even though you don't have the total loss evaluation report yet in that intervening time frame, so that you are ready to move when they make an offer, because that rental car is going to be pulled from you. If your car is getting repaired, so long as the repairs are reasonable and agreed to by the insurance company, they'll provide a rental car to you for the period of time that your vehicle is in the repair shop. That's important. I'll have people ask me, hey, I had a big SUV that was destroyed or that's in the repair shop, and they want to give me a small little car as my rental car. Is that okay? There's nothing in the law that tells us one way or another whether that's okay. My belief is if you have a reason that you had the larger vehicle, maybe you have multiple kids that you have to carry around, maybe it's part of your work vehicle. If there's a reason why you need the larger vehicle, that needs to be expressed and expressed clearly, and as to why that littler vehicle isn't going to serve the needs in the short term. If there is no real reason, then they're probably going to be able to get you a smaller vehicle than the vehicle that you may have had involved in the collision. These are things we can talk about and try to negotiate. Again, the law is very tough on these angles because most people don't want to take somebody to court over that. There's not a lot of law and precedent that's out there because most people aren't filing a lawsuit over how many days am I getting my rental car. Sometimes that can happen, doesn't happen very often. I hope you found this to be very helpful information. We're always here for you. Let us know if you want our assistance. Let us know if you have any further questions. And certainly let us know if there's additional videos that you think would be helpful for us to make. Thank you very much.